Hey, you guys, welcome back, welcome back to Naughty Love Movement. It's your girl, Nikki, and today I'm bringing opportunities for advertisement on my channel. If anyone is interested, they can email us at knottylove2020@gmail.com. Our prices are affordable and reasonable, and please reach out to us. We can start our videos with any commercials that you would like us to advertise. I look forward to hearing from you. I'm out. One. Good morning, my naughty crew. Welcome back to my channel. I apologize for being late. Just trying to get me together this morning, but I hope you all are having a wonderful, blessed morning. We have so much to get into, okay? But before we get into the trending topics this morning, please remember to hit that like button. And if you're not subscribed, please subscribe and share my content on your different social media platforms. Leave comments and support the channel. You can support the channel via Cash App, Super Chat, Super Sticker. All are appreciated, but all these things help the channel to grow. We're on the road to 2K subs, and I'm so excited about it. We're at 1978 right now. So let's keep it pushing. Thank you so much for all your support. Shout out to my subs, shout out to my moderators. I just appreciate everyone supporting me through this journey. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and drop this intro and we're going to dive right in. We got so much to get into because Dr. Jackie is bugging, okay? Good morning, my queens. Good morning, Toya. Good morning, Juby Buggin. Good morning, Scarlett. Good morning, Michelle. Thank y'all so much for joining me, queens. Okay. So today's lineup, we got Dr. Jackie. She is bugging, and I'm trying to figure out how I feel about it. And that's why I'm bringing the story to my naughty crew. So we got that, her talking about African American people when they go to the doctors. And I'm just like, And mind you, she got a history. All right, y'all remember the Buffy situation when she outed Buffy and she gave her this half-ass, cold-ass apology. Okay, I shouldn't even be cursing yet, but that's just how I feel. Okay, and Buffy ain't never recovered from that. She ain't never come back to the show. Hey, nephew. Hey, Bianca. Good morning, y'all. All right, she ain't never recovered from that. So I got the clips from that. I got Buffy's response. We got Diddy's former head bodyguard pandering for his son that's locked up in Africa. I want to get into some accolades that 50 Cent has been doing, and I just think we need to bring light to it because it's not all about trolling. And also, Jay Morant has returned to the Grizzlies after his suspension. And we got Wack 100 trending. And also, Tommiee is still trending over that young man. We went through this story. He said he went for audition. They were handing out drinks, and somebody slipped him a Mickey. All right, and then Tommiee, I don't know how to feel about her response. It was kind of indifferent. She didn't really take accountability, but can you really directly blame her, for someone else's actions? It's a lot. It's a lot. Also, we got Akbar V feeling the heat. You know why? After she kicked Cardi when she was bound down yesterday, the fans came for her and dragged her. Okay, we're gonna get into that. All right, so please make sure y'all hitting that like button. I got a great lineup for you guys today, and we're gonna dive right in. All right, so let's start off with Dr. Jackie. Okay, I mean, for her to be a licensed practicing doctor and on the level that she is with brand sponsorships and things like that, she got her little menopausal lubricating thing going. She got a lot of brand partnerships. I would think she would be a lot more careful with her words. Seriously. I think she'll be, but good old Dr. Heavenly. I love Dr. Heavenly because she gonna get you together. She gonna hold you accountable. She gonna get you together. All right, so let's get into this clip because Dr. Jackie, Dr. Jackie, Dr. Jackie. Mm.
Sometimes as African American women, we're a bit more dramatic, and that you go to the doctor and you complain and you complain and you complain, and you're not taken serious because you cried wolf the entire pregnancy.
That ain't me, boo. I don't know what you're talking about, but go ahead.
I didn't say you.
Look, that ain't me, but her statement was very general, right?
I just said as African American women, we want to also make sure you're being serious with your doctor and not playing the game so I can take you off work. Because then we see you 25 times in the pregnancy. It's hard to believe that there's a true problem when there's a true problem.
Ooh, child. So this has got the internet in an uproar. Bonnie Blue commented, she said, so is that not rhetoric or rhetoric that leads to Black maternal mortality rates? Dr. Jackie, what is happening? Okay, and she says hashtag married to medicine. All right, I'm gonna play it one more time for y'all just to make sure we heard it right.
Sometimes as African American women, we're a bit more dramatic, and that you go to the doctor and you complain and you complain and you complain, and you're not taken serious because you cried wolf the entire pregnancy.
That ain't me, boo. I don't know what you're talking about, but go ahead.
I didn't say.
Okay, to be fair, she said sometimes. Yes, that's what she said. Exactly. What the hell? What the hell? What the hell? So people were outraged. So the third king says, Dr. Jackie, absolutely not. She's a doctor. She is to see her patients and believe her patients until the science says otherwise. You don't make nasty generalizations like this, especially against Black women who have historically been mistreated. Exactly. Like, let's move on to the next comment. They call me shady. It's a harsh reality, pill to swallow, but from a medical standpoint, from working in the ER 5 years, direct patient contact with pregnant women as well, a lot, not all, but a lot of patients in general, men, women of all races, have a tendency to dramatize their symptoms. I mean, but people take things in different ways. People react in different ways. All right. And some of us are more dramatic than others. But to make a blanketed statement like that,
the wealthiest countries in the world.
Coming from the woman that sat down with Kamala Harris to talk about the immortality rate that is higher in African American women. Here we go.
The United States of America, we have the highest rates of maternal mortality. That Black women in our country in this era are 3 times more likely to die in connection with childbirth. I think it's inexcusable.
It certainly shouldn't be that way. And what I really want us to do is just make sure we are talking about it.
We have been fighting for states to expand Medicaid coverage. We need all the states to sign on, and we need to let moms know that they're actually entitled to Medicaid coverage for up to 12 months of postpartum care. And that's one of the things that we need to get the word out. We also set up a hotline for mothers to have support in terms of emotional and mental health. So I'll give you that number, and let's make sure we get that out also. It's 1-833-TLC-MAMA.
All
And
right, and I'm gonna be posting.
the wealthiest countries in the world, the United States of America, we have the highest rates of maternal mortality. That Black women in our country in this.
All right, so how do we go from that? I'm gonna play it one more time to this.
Sometimes as African American women, we're a bit more dramatic, and that you go to the doctor and you complain and you complain and you complain, and you're not taken serious because you cried wolf the entire pregnancy.
That ain't me, boo. I don't know what you talking about. But
Okay, so I feel like this. I think it's very insensitive what she said, because a lot of people, when they go to the doctors, because I'm not going to make this a Black, white, Asian thing, just out of plain fear, they're going to be a little more dramatic, okay? Because you just don't know what's going on. A lot of people go to the doctors and they come out with bad news. You understand? And then you put the history of African Americans when it comes to healthcare and how we're discriminated against. I think this is why Dr. Jackie, you got a horrible bedside manner. That's just the bottom line. Like, that's just the bottom line. You got a horrible bedside manner. The internet is going crazy over this. Okay. And then we got Buffy responding. Y'all remember on the season when she outed Buffy and her infertility issues. And my heart broke for Buffy. Buffy even went on Tasha K to discuss it. And when she did apologize, it was just like, to Buffy, I mean, when she apologized, it was very cold. And like, I didn't feel like she meant it. I can't believe she said it either, Michelle. So former Married to Medicine cast member Buffy Purcell shades Dr. Jackie for saying Black women can be dramatic and cry wolf. So let's hear what she has to say, because I think she has a right to voice her opinion. Period.
She said this herself, right? And for all y'all elder OBGYN fans out there, you can scroll on because you done drank the Kool-Aid, the tea, the poison, or whatever, and ain't nothing I'm gonna say get you to see the light of day. So you can scroll on. And this is my platform, and I can say what the hell I want because I've actually met the bitch, okay? The old biddy. And I can age shame her all she wants because she shamed my motherfucking uterus. Okay.
Exactly. She sure did. Okay. And shout out to the Neighborhood Talks for checking gathering all these clips for us. All right. I like to give credit to my sources.
Okay. All right. So let's begin. Y'all bravo, because that's who set this shit up with Kamala. Y'all should have let Simone do that interview. Y'all should have let Simone do that. Y'all should have I know y'all trying to save her career because I showed everybody who the hell she really is. I know, and y'all paying her all this damn money that she don't damn earn. Because Wack said this season. Yeah, I'm watching the season now. It's a good season. I'm watching it. Mm-hmm. Sweet Tea, shout out to Sweet Tea. That's why I'm watching it. She said this herself.
Okay.
Y'all should have let Dr. Simone do that. First of all, Jackie don't even have no damn regular Black clients, allegedly. If you're a rich Black woman, you can go to her ass. She don't take no damn Medicaid, no. She don't take, like, the people they're talking about Black mortality rates for pregnant women. She don't see them damn people. I bet she didn't tell Candy and the rest of them people, you don't need to be called off work during their pregnancy if they came in there with some damn problems. But the ones who ain't got a coin to pay you in cash, they need to prove without a shadow of a doubt that they're in fact in pain. And you are Black.
And that's what I'm feeling like. I'm feeling like she caters to the celebrities and she looks down on anyone else.
Doctor saying this fucking shit, right? Why I got so much smoke? Okay, so I'm gonna share something with y'all, and I shared this with the producers of Married to Medicine when I was on the show. My aunt Dee Dee, y'all should have died in childbirth. Her daughter survived. I'm so thankful her dad is gonna let her spend Christmas at my house, at our house this year. January 9th is the day that my aunt died and my little cousin's birthday. And my aunt went to her doctor, who's a Black woman, and said she was having headaches and having pains, and she didn't believe my aunt. She didn't believe her. She didn't.
Let me guess, she was over dramatic. It's your job as the doctor to listen objectively to the patient and go through a process of elimination. It's not your job to call the patient out for being over dramatic and a liar. And it's because of situations like this. And if her aunt's doctor had to listen to her symptoms, it could have spared her life.
Believe her. And I remember January 8th like it was yesterday. And there's so many things I wish that I had done differently. My aunt wasn't feeling well. We had a funeral in our family the next day, and I said, I better not see you. You better not be at that funeral. I better not hear that you went to that funeral. You need to stay in bed and rest. And she had gone to the doctor on January 8th, and they sent her home, and her blood pressure was through the roof. Died in childbirth. Her daughter survived. I'm so thankful her dad is going to let her. The next morning, her husband took her to the emergency room, and my aunt had a stroke. They took the baby, and she died. All because her doctor thought she wasn't really in pain. Stupid shit like the elder OBGYN just said kills people. It really does. It also puts this burden on Black women that we can't be human.
Or we can't be honest with our doctor because they might not believe us.
That we have to be sharp as iron and strong as steel all the time, even while bringing life into this world. And that's just not fair. You think if a Black woman doctor thinks that folk that don't look like us don't think that? When y'all gonna call her on shit? Forget me. I know some of y'all don't like me. You don't care. You won't believe the lies they said that I want a storyline. I didn't need a story. The next morning, her husband, storyline, I was a friend. I was a friend. I was not full cast, even though I was full cast, because the motherfuckers saw who I am and used me for almost every goddamn episode. I didn't need a storyline. I was supposed to show up and be cute. That was it. I was supposed to be just Simone's friend. Not the whole season. And I was. Whatever y'all want to say. It's the motherfucking facts. That this woman chose to treat me the way she did because she didn't have no motherfucking storyline. Catch. Okay.
Catch T. Clock T, okay? Clock T, because think about it. Outside of Dr. Jackie's work, what storyline does she have? Outside of her doing fitness and lubrication, like Curtis is barely on this season.
And she's an OBGYN, somebody, and forget HIPAA, all y'all in that HIPAA shit. You have basic human decency, supposed to. You have professional and ethical basics not to do the shit that this woman does. And Heavenly storyline, I was a friend. The dentist tried to help you. She was like, I don't know who you're talking about. The dentist wasn't getting caught up in that. She's smart. Y'all don't be catching. I've always said, I don't fuck with Heavenly, but I have always said, the bitch is smart. She ain't stupid. But when you are a narcissist and you think you Jesus of Jackie, or Jackie of Marietta, you don't watch the evil that spew out your mouth. Sometimes it slip out. Like it slipped out when she was dealing with me, who she was very much intimidated by. Because when evil is around something you've been pretending to be nice, inherently kind like I am, it can't settle. Now,
all right. So Buffy does she read her the riot act at the end of the day, and rightfully so. And rightfully so. Let me see what some of the comments say before we move on. If y'all want to check out Buffy's full interview, I'll leave the link in the description box. It's also on the Neighborhood Talks. Juby Buggins says, I don't understand why they can't believe patients when they tell them. If the doctor would have listened to my dad complaining about his arm going limp, he would have caught his stroke. He wouldn't have caught his stroke, but he died. I'm so sorry, Juby Buggin. I'm so sorry. I remember when that happened. I agree with Buffy too, 100%. I agree with Buffy. For sure. And she right. Dr. Heavenly, like, you ain't gonna get me caught up in no mess shit. Those your words. Not mine. I ain't owning it. I love Dr. Heavenly. She even held Carlos King accountable for the interview with Quad. I love Dr. Heavenly for her brutal honesty. Like, she could be messy, but I just love when she just give it to you raw, and what you see, what you ain't never gotta wonder about Dr. Heavenly. Seriously. See, this is her. Shout out to the Jasmine brand.
One exclusive interview, the way Beyonce drops an album and I'll tell the girls. Like, no, Heavenly.
I love it.
Heavenly, did you gag?
I was like, listen, that is the smartest thing you could have ever did, because you didn't tell me you was dropping that interview. I saw that on the vlogs, like Quad heard about her man being on Married to Medicine. On the blog.
Oh!
I heard about that
You mean her ex, honey, her ex-husband.
Which ain't true. But anyway, that's not true. Let's speak truth, because I done heard a lot of stuff, right? But I'm ready to speak truth now, because I've been feeling bad for Quad because of all the horrific things she's been going through in her life. But never in your life will you gonna sit up and lie on Dr. Heavenly, because I tells the truth, okay? We're not gonna skid around. We're not gonna allow to play around and skip the truth and get around the questions like you allowed her to do. But let's get our pleasantries out first, because you know.
Okay. Well. Are you okay? I'm pleasant. Are you?
I am. No. I'm always pleasant.
Okay, because you're way more pleasant today than you were at the dinner table.
Absolutely. And you were very pleasant in your interview with Quad and did not hold her feet to the fire for anything. But
okay. The way, I know. I think the same way you don't hold Dr. Jackie's feet to the fire when she's wrong, like she was at the table. Like
Jackie is a professional lady. She has no reason to lie. Her credibility.
I didn't say lie. Did I say lie?
She did nothing wrong at the table. She didn't do anything, but I did, and Simone did, and everybody else did. You weren't there. All we did was speak our truth.
And you weren't at my interview with Quad, so you don't know.
I saw it though, and it was cut up real good.
I know you saw it too.
I go live, so I know I'm not lying.
But the thing with me, unlike you, Heavenly, I let people talk. Absolutely. And I let people express themselves without interruption. So I think when you saw my interview with Quad, you probably never seen in your life somebody allowed to speak without interruption.
Well, the interesting thing, if you're going to be a true journalist, you have to actually be unbiased. And you
I am unbiased.
You are very much so.
Oh no, I'm unbiased. She don't fuck with you, and I do this with you every night. Monday night.
I'm saying you were very biased in your interview and your last interview. Ask anybody, Carlos. It ain't just
I'm
me.
biased.
Yes.
The way I'm biased. The way you're biased when it comes to the Golden Girls. Okay.
Yes, you are. I'm just saying. You know.
No. So I'm confused because if I talk to you and you and I do this every Monday night, you don't mess with you. So how am I biased when I talk to you, I talk to her? I think what you're confused is you want people to always see your point of view, and because you you're doing it now because you like to interrupt people without them speaking. I think that's your way of forming sentences and your line of questioning and your way of wanting to do things. So the way I do interviews, like I've done with everybody from Nene Lee's, Kenya Moore, Jocelyn Hernandez, I give exclusives. So the reason why I do is because I allow people to talk and express themselves. I don't come into anything with judgment. And I
Right.
think on what I seen, you girls come into everything with judgment.
How can we not? We know these girls, and we're on TV.
I agree.
But my thing is, just like you said so much in your last interview with me, you could have had some of those rebuttals with her. But yeah, I digress.
Can you name one?
And
Can you
let
name
her
one
tell
rebuttal?
lies that you knew she was lying, and you never came
What?
back.
Okay, what did she lie about that you felt I didn't give a rebuttal on?
I got a whole list. You want me to go?
I'm not mad at you either. Oh, heavily.
Carlos.
Heavily. Let the girls know. This is what we do.
This is what we do. We about to get some views tonight, bitch. We about to get some views tonight, okay?
Based on my part 1 exclusive interview, the way Beyonce drops an
Woo! There was some shots fired there, but Dr. Heavily, she do not back down, okay, honey? She do not back down. She has. Quad has brought all the mess upon herself. I agree with you, Bianca. And now she reaping the seed that she sowed. Exactly. And if you ask me, this is full circle moment, okay? Because remember how she tried to play victim with the Mariah situation or whatever. And then now you so butthurt and surprised. But what about the way you treated people when you were off the show, okay? And then as soon as the cameras are on, now all of a sudden they're the bad guys or whatever. And as soon as they hold you accountable, you're the victim. I don't feel sorry for Quad either. Move on. You're not even married to medicine anymore. So continue to move on. Continue to move on. All right, up next, I want to get into Akbar V. Now, we went through last night how she was going in on Cardi, and we felt like she was kicking Cardi when she was down, right? Y'all remember this? I'm going to just play it briefly. Let me just give y'all a little refresher, okay? So we all on the same page.
Fuck up, Cardi B. You better stand up in the motherfucker red. These is bloody shoes. You better stand up in the bloody shoes.
All right, so that was her. And she been tweeting and tweeting and tweeting away. But apparently she has a sick child, okay? And shout out to the neighborhood talks for this. But the fans started going in, and that's what, like, be careful of the energy you put out, because it's going to come a time when you want people to have sympathy for you. And look how you treated Cardi. And I just wish for the life of me, these women give up the tit for tat game. Oh, because you did me wrong, I'm going to continue to do you wrong. When does someone be the better person and rise above that? But instead, they keep keeping this toxic cycle going or whatever. So fans started attacking her about her child, unfortunately. And it's sad.
That's something. For people that saying karma, it ain't my karma. It ain't her karma. My kid, she's a good kid. She's smart. She's funny. What I spoke on, it was about a relationship, man and woman. It wasn't about what this is about. My baby fight for her life. Kingdom coming to y'all soon.
But that was about a relationship, a man and a woman. That is not your business, Akbar. At the end of the day, you know you wouldn't want no one coming for your relationship. Mind your business.
And she's not like me. She's a good kid. She's humble. She's genuine. Keep it to yourself, because y'all don't know what make me say the certain things that I say. And it was me even even saying really too much, nothing negative. I was making fun and joking and talking smack. So if a man would have left me, then y'all.
Yeah, but you was making fun, joking, and talking smack about a situation that was serious to someone else, about a family breaking up. And now you want everybody to be empathetic towards your situation. In which I think the smoke is really for Akbar, not necessarily for her daughter.
I could say that's my karma because of what I said, but not with my daughter. Like, don't say that. Cause my baby innocent. She don't get into this. That's something.
Cardi kids is innocent. Cardi kids don't have anything to do with anything. They don't deserve to hear these things online.
She's a humble kid. She's so soft and gentle. I don't know why God be putting me through these type of trials. Cause I don't be ready for this type of stuff.
And Michelle, I agree. I do hope her baby is okay. But I just want to show the example. You was just dragging that lady. Just dragging that lady. And you got your own situation, your own business that you need to be worried about. This is what we needed to hear. Not you dragging Cardi and her husband.
Just pray. And I wouldn't even be on here asking y'all to pray if I had my pastor with me, because my pastor would have left my side. She would have been right here with me. But my baby, don't do that to me, y'all. Don't do that. If it was about a relationship, then y'all can say that's my karma. But don't put my baby in there. Don't do that, because my baby, she innocent and she's a good person. She nothing like me. She don't like confusion. She's so gentle. Like, she the kid that she a peacemaker. So don't do that. Okay? That's all I ask. Just like me. She's a humble kid. She's so soft and gentle.
And I pray. So this is her daughter. She said her best friend got this. Thank you for always answering when I call. You are more than wonderful. You are the best daughter I could ever ask for. We don't lay down. We fight and believe in God. Can't cry because I got to be strong for you. You are the total opposite of me. You a peacemaker. You are humble. Yeah, like maybe you need to take a page out of your daughter's book. You are kind. I wish to be more like you. I share this because I'm in my feelings and not I need the attention. Not that I need the attention, I think she said, of others. You never judge me. You welcome me back with open arms and have raised me and everyone else in the house. I need you to make it through this. And when do I do? I'm going to tell you how I snuck and cried in the hospital room when I watched you sleep, how my nights was very uneasy watching you lay in the bed. Love you, my daughter. But I really truly hope her daughter is okay. If nothing has humbled me today, I'm humble today. I changed my thoughts, my heart, my past beefs, my past angers. God, hear me. Yeah, but you were so vengeful towards Cardi. And this is what I have a problem with, when people talk out both sides of their neck. She's a gorgeous girl. And I just hope she's okay. And let's just say prayers for this young lady. Um, she should not have to suffer for her mother's sins. Period. She's beautiful. She's gorgeous. Yeah, Bianca. She said, this is the result of taking advantage of someone else's pain. Children should be off limits, but some people in the world are downright mean. Exactly. Some people in the world are just sitting back and waiting for your demise. Just like Nicki Minaj, when she kicked Cardi when she was down, when she had a picture of Michael Jackson hanging out the car door, because, Offset been dressing like Michael Jackson. It's just like, enough is enough. Yes, thank you, Toya. Please remember to misspell your curse word. Enough is enough. Like, stop. I just hate to see our queens divided like that. Like, like we're stronger together. And it's just like, I'm just over it. I'm over it. Sorry, guys. But I wish her daughter the best. But I just wanted to show full circle, like how one day it's all good. One day she was kicking Cardi when she was down. Next day she crying or whatever. And I don't agree with people in the comments on about karma and this and that. But be careful of the energy that you put out there. Be careful. Whew. So let's just take a little funny break right now, okay? So those of you who are consider going seeing The Color Purple, my boy summed it up in one nutshell. I love him.
Thing, people. As excited as I am about seeing the remake of The Color Purple, I'm twice as skeptical about watching it with my mother on Christmas Day, although I've already made those reservations. Yeah, because I remember the original version, Need I Mind? Y'all came out before I was even thought of, but it was a staple in the Black household. I remember that being on my TV for 40 days and 40 nights. Shit, we had it on VHS, Blu-ray, DVD. I'm like, Ma, how many times do we need Color Purple? She thought she was teaching us life lessons, and that ain't the part that behooved me. What behooved me was if Sophia ain't marching through that damn field with a vengeance, I'm gonna write Oprah personally. No, scratch that. I'm gonna write Whoopi. Hold the H. If Suge Avery don't show up in the back of a wagon while it's pouring down rain, lift her head up and say, you show here ugly. If Miss Mealy don't tell Sophia you can see your family for one whole day. If they don't use words like colors, crude, and chana, I've always been nice to you colors. Get my chana out of here. You don't think you can pump that crude a little fast? I need to hear words like crude. Don't nobody pump crude no more. We pump gas. They pump crude. Yeah. I need to see that hateful ass daddy say, you better not tell nobody but the Lord. It'll kill your mama. I want to see the woman in the store when Celie bumped into her own baby and she say, well, you know, I calls her Olivia. Look at her, because she got eyes like that. Anybody got eyes like that? There's an old lady. So I calls her Olivia. I need to see, I calls her old. If Suge Avery don't get up in a red shimmery dress and shake her shimmy, sister. Thing, people. As excited as I am about seeing the
I feel those same sentiments, people. Okay, Color Purple better be good with all this hype going on. Okay, Color Purple better be good. The Color Purple better be good. All right, Jay Morant. He has made his comeback to the NBA. He was suspended because he was on the gram showing the blicky. You good, Bianca? Child, we ain't that serious. You good, okay? So he made his debut back into the NBA last night. His game winner in his first game back. So that's dope. Hopefully he learns his lesson.
I love that y'all came on here and y'all would talk so much to me. I loved it. So I could come here today, on this day today, and tell y'all that he's him. Tell y'all that he's him. It's 12 time, baby. Nothing else. 12 time. Come on. Come on.
And this is his sister.
I waited on this day for this long. I waited just so I could come on here and tell y'all. Just so I could come here and tell y'all.
Okay, so he's excited.
I've been putting work in, man. I ain't played a game in 8 months. Had a lot of time, learn myself. A lot of hard days, where I went through it. But, basketball is, my life, what I love, therapeutic for me. And I'm just, excited to be back.
All right, walk us through that last play.
Call 12. I really didn't want coach to call the timeout. That's why I told him, yeah, that's the play I wanted to run right there. They believe in me. I've been putting work.
So I'm happy for him. I'm glad he got his second win and he came back with a bang. All right. So hopefully he's a little more wiser. It looks like he's got family support, that's for sure. But stay off the ground showing blickies, okay? Look, Juby Bucket said I'm holding Oprah accountable. Latoya said she already bought her ticket. Can we question why Oprah didn't want Whoopi to be a part of the project? Exactly. Never. Like, it's strange to me. She got beef with Whoopi. I heard some whisperings or something, but I didn't dive into it too good, too deep just yet or whatever. But shout out to Ja Morant. Welcome back, sir. He was on a 25-game suspension. All right. I don't know if you guys keep up with sports, but I do. I'm a sport. I like basketball and football. Good morning, Miss Kaiser. Or I'm sorry if I'm Keezer. Sorry if I'm pronouncing it wrong. All right. Up next, I want to get into Tommiee. Okay. So we went through a story the other day where a contestant was trying out for her show was claiming that he got slipped a Mickey. All right. So people started coming out in defense of Tommiee. And Tommiee was just kind of nonchalant initially with her response and things like that. So this person came out to speak up in defense of her. Here we go.
Wants to blame Tommiee for somebody in production, this, that, and the third. But if we're being technical, the nigga who was passing out those drinks auditioned too. He was trying to get his product out there. He was not production. He was never a part of the production team. So all of that shit y'all was drinking and taking were samples. The only thing that production from Tommie's team ever passed out was Patron and water, and they went and bought that shit. So I'm trying to figure out how the blame is being put on somebody else, and then the nigga made a video and said,
hold on, y'all. Hold on 1 second now. Let me tell y'all something. You can ask any girl that was there. I said, do you want mushrooms or liquor? And then other girls start trading drinks with other girls, and that ain't got nothing to do with me. So fuck y'all.
but y'all motherfucking mad at Tommiee. But y'all blaming Tommiee over some shit motherfucker should have knew better about. At the end of the day, you don't take rent.
And that's just it. Like, you a grown person. How you gonna blame Tommiee for your adult decision? And that's the conclusion I kind of came about it. Like, cause you grown. Like, I know when I go places, I ain't taking nothing from nobody. Seriously, especially like in this realm that I'm getting into. Like now, I'm got this acting role and things like that. I already said to myself, I ain't drinking nothing that don't come out of my own pocket. I ain't smoking nothing I ain't rolled. Yeah. That's just how I feel. Because people are just grimy out here, and that's just the bottom line. But you got to be held accountable as an adult. But Tommiee has since issued an apology, which I don't even think she should. Period.
What's up, gang? So we're gonna get to the bottom of this. It's a lot been going on. It's a whole lot. First of all, I just want to say deepest sympathetic apology to whoever was affected at my event. Like, I learned of it when I was leaving. Actually, I did get the okay to give everyone a congratulatory how do you say it? Congratulatory shot from the store that they would have purchased. But it was never okay to take and give out your items. Like, I was giving edibles, weed, all type of things. Like, you know, they brands. That's what it was about. It wasn't a fighting. It's not a fighting show. It's not a, you know, it's not one of them. It was just like to showcase, you know, your talent and just give you a bigger platform to go ahead and do that. Like I said, it was like chefs, hairstylists, artists, anything, whatever your talent was. I sat in the same spot the entire night, same spot. If I wasn't giving out a hug or like getting on stage to coach, like what was going on, to come in there inebriated or drunk, that wasn't what I wanted, because I ultimately know like that's going to take things somewhere else. So basically, right before we got ready to leave, I was like, oh, it's okay, get him a shot. I did so good. Like, it was nothing but good, positive energy. And then when I was on the way home, I got a phone call saying, hey, and it was someone I knew. Like, it was someone that they brought. It was like, oh, they slipped her something or whatever the fuck. And I'm like, what? So me getting down to the bottom of who it was that same night, I posted the guy when we found out who it was, but he was also a cast. Like, I mean, he was a cast, but he was also a runner-up. Basically, he was trying to promote his brand or whatever. So he got up there and did his thing, and he took it upon himself to offer whatever. Never was that like what we wanted or anything like that. He's not a member of my staff. He's not any of that. So basically, that's what really happened, and I really kind of.
Yeah, but how you gonna blame Tommiee? Like, who did you take the drink from? This is giving clout chase, and there was a bunch of drugs there, and y'all was doing a bunch of drugs together. And people gotta be more careful, seriously. All right, did y'all hear Keefe D is admitting he lied? We know he applied to get, a bail and stuff like that, but he's admitting now. Shout out to It's On the site. Tupac Shakur suspect Keefe D admits to fabricating his alleged involvement in the rapper's M-word in exchange for money. How convenient. Once you behind bars, you admit this. So Keefe D is the suspect in the M-word of Tupac Shakur, recently admitted to lying about alleged involvement in the rapper's unaliving, reports Radar Online. In a bail request, Keefe D, a 60-year-old member of the Crips, asked for the bail to be set at $100,000. So according to the bail application, Keefe D claims that he made false statements about the N-word of for entertainment purposes. All right, we kind of went through that yesterday. Do y'all believe him now? Y'all let me know. Do y'all believe Keefe D now? All right, we got Robert Bonds out here after his interview pandering for his son that's locked up in Africa for the M-word, okay? So he posted, this is Roger Bonds. Don't forget. Kevin Townsend, release date 2052, earliest parole, release 2043, has been incarcerated in Nambia for 13 years. And he was sentenced to 29 years, but these dates don't reflect that an American says this is okay. But that's another country, sir. Yeah, that just doesn't make sense. And so then right after that, he posed because he's trying to get a go. I knew this was a money grab. Every time I put up a GoFundMe, someone reports it, and then GoFundMe takes the link away. Whatever I've done has absolutely nothing to do with my fund and me helping him get home. I just have to use a different way. And this is why I get that he knows stuff, but his credibility is shot with me. This was the whole motivation. All of a sudden you're moving, you're on the road. Now you're getting interviews, paid interviews, mind you. Okay, all of this is to support his son that is locked up for the M-word. Never once has he said he was innocent or wrongfully convicted or anything like that. I'm sorry, guys, his credibility is shot with me. Now you see his motivation. And he ain't say nothing pretty much different. I mean, Gene Dill been speaking. Like, why are you just speaking now? Because your name was named in a lawsuit and you felt like it was going to be an opportunity, a money grab. Like, cut it out, sir. Cut it out. Cut it the F out, okay? Next, I want to get into 50 Cent creating his own lane. I mean, 50 is out here doing some big things. He just recently opened a studio down in Alabama, okay? And I just really feel like he doesn't get the credit due. A lot of rappers look down upon him. But he's creating jobs. He's putting people on. Just don't owe him money, because if you owe him money, he gonna troll the crap out of you, okay? So 50 Cent turning young black actors into stars for real with his TV shows. He's important for the culture, and I agree. I definitely agree. Y'all let me know if y'all agree. I think he's doing big things. And plus, he is speaking up and been speaking up and calling people out in the industry. He been calling Diddy out for years. If you ask me, he the only one man enough to call him out. He ain't scared of none of them mofos in the industry, because he like, I'm creating my own lane. I don't need y'all to validate me. All right. So I got a clip in, and shout out to the crew. Oh, the crew. I think that's the crew has it. That's what that website is. So shout out to them. But I have a clip there of 50 talking about how he made a lane for himself, and I agree. Like, I had to do the same thing when it came to like YouTubing and figuring it out and figuring out how to have my own business. I respect it.
Bootleggers to sell the CD. Like, I had to put a fake barcode on the back of the tape. I had to put Columbia Records on the back of it and give it to the guys and hope they would copy it.
You would put that like on the tape.
Yeah.
It's like you and Who Kid or who?
50 Cent is the Future.
50 Cent is the
first
Future.
mixtape.
And then you go hand that yourself to a DJ?
No, but give it to them so it can get out, and then let them feel like they found something that they should have stole from Columbia Records, and then they can start pressing it up.
But at the time, Columbia was holding you back.
Yeah, no, they let me go.
They let you out, but holding you back from an album, I mean.
Right, and there was no distribution channels at that point that you could have go through. So I had
made your own internet.
Right, had to. I had to trick bootleggers to sell the CD. Like, I had to put a fake barcode on the back of.
Okay, where there's a will, there's a way. Okay. Where there's a will, there's a way. Let me see what some of the comments are saying. So, like, if you have dreams and things like that, like, don't let fear stop you. Like, where there's a will, there's a way. I'm a testament to that. For making something out of nothing. I think that he was locked up for the N-word. LOL. He is locked up for the M-word. LOL. Need my coffee. It's all good. Kim said she's agreed. Juby bugging. She said as long as he's not a part of the problem. And as I went through yesterday, that Drink Chance interview, I wanted us to look at it with a second set of ears. I think he's speaking for his best friend, who he does not believe took his own life. And that's why I think he's being so hard on Diddy, because he's been seeing the shit for years. So I don't think he's a part of the problem. I'm good with 50 supporting the culture. He definitely making his own lane. That man is a genius. He's a marketing genius, okay? He's a marketing genius. Say what you want. And every time he trolls Diddy, he at his businesses. Every time I post, I always hashtag Naughty Love Movement. It explains exactly. Thank you. He's not just trolling just to troll. 50 has been rebuilt. He has been unmasking this for years. And you can check back to my old videos. They have radio footage of him talking about the freak offs, and Diddy sending him pictures of Cassie being penetrated. All right. But 50 is doing big things out here, and I'm here for it. Okay. All right. Up next. I wanted Wack 100 is trending, all right, in regards to bashing Nipsey Hussle, and one of Nipsey Hussle's longtime comrades, and I said I was going to do this last because I wanted to do the Sloan reading along with this. So hold on, let me do Blueface first, and then we'll get into Sloan. And it'll all make sense in the end, guys. It'll all make sense in the end. So let me do Blueface first. His pickaninny behind, okay? I always have to take a breath before I play a clip from Blueface, okay? But I want to know, what does this make you feel when he says this? Like, because Storm Monroe posted some subliminals, like saying that he's really truly gay, and anytime I see a man that's hypersexual, it always gives me pause, right? Krishan, every chance she get, she always saying, "You gay, you gay, you gay," right? All right. Shout out to the Jasmine brand for capturing this clip. Trigger warning.
The difference between me and these niggas is when you touch them, they get nervous. When you touch me, I get horny. The difference between me and these niggas is when you touch them.
That it's just weird, like, and I'm with Soldier Boy, like.
What you gonna do when I get the? What you gonna do when I do that? Blueface, don't you know I got white fans? I don't think you got no white fans, Blueface. When I go to my concerts, there be a lot of white people there. That means I'm more famous than you. Blueface, you ain't never. Blueface, this ain't gon'. What the fuck is this, Blueface? Zesty ass nigga. This ain't gonna work. Nigga, I'm. What you gonna do when I do that, nigga? What you gonna do when I. You, nigga. All this right here. You gonna have to do better.
Okay. He just needs to come out the closet already. He just needs to. Shout out to Buck for sending me. I made that meme out of. Buck has sent me that. I was like, I'm gonna make a meme out of it. Latoya said he been saucy. Okay, Toya. 50 been exposing them people. The people didn't want to listen. And it's not that we have anything against that. It's just like walking your truth. Soldier Boy is a nut. He's a nut. He's a freaking nut. Okay? All right. So the last story I want to get into is the Wack 100 story. Okay? Let me get queued up here. All right. So him and one of Nipsey's close friends have gotten into it because Nipsey's friend feels like that Wack 100 constantly is insulting Nipsey Hussle, and rest in peace, Nipsey Hussle. It's crazy. Like, when I got wind of who he was, that next week he was deleted, and I was like, I couldn't believe it. And I loved a lot of the songs on his album or whatever. So when I saw this, I was like, why is Wack 100? And for those of you who don't know, Wack 100 is manager to Blueface and The Game. Okay, the two wackest dudes in the game right now. All right, and we understand his ear for music. All right, he chose Blueface. Like, he gets no point. He gets no point. All right, so I did a little digging to find out, like, what is his gripe. So, with Nipsey Hussle. So I found the article. Wack 100 explains why Nipsey Hussle wasn't a hip hop legend. Why not? Who are you to say that? So Wack 100 has been criticized, and this goes back to, let me see, December of 2019. Wack 100 has been criticized in the past for his not so kind words about Nipsey Hussle, which haven't gone too well with the rapper's fans and supporters. So in October, leaked audio of the Game and Blueface manager surfaced where he was heard defending the alleged M-word suspect Eric Holder. That's who deleted, which we're gonna get into Sloan Bella's account on this, all right? So he said, "Itty cuz the alleged gunman, when it comes to the rules of engagement of a gangbanging, he did what he was supposed to do when another banger calls out a pedo or a snitch. He's disgusting. You're supposed to handle your business and can't nobody say that is wrong." He then apologized later after he said that and received a call from Nipsey friend Big U. But Wack is certainly not willing to hold his thoughts back on Nipsey. So TMZ caught Wack game along with Wack 100 outside Sunset Room in Hollywood on Saturday night and asked him his opinion on Nipsey's legend status. He says he wasn't around enough and didn't have the numbers at the time. But I mean, his career was cut short. But that just gave me pause. That just gave me pause with him saying that. Like, and see, a lot of people hated on Nipsey because he did his own thing. All right. He came out independent. He was a very smart individual. He was very big on giving back to the community, right? So now Wack is beefing with Nipsey signee and friend. All right. Shout out to Hip Hop DX. And the other one is, I forget the name. I'll get it at the end. So Nipsey Hussle signee Jay Stone clashes with Wack 100 over late rapper's insult. So Nipsey Hussle's longtime friend and collaborator Jay Stone has once again criticized Wack 100 for bad-mouthing the late rapper and what he now turned into a hostile back and forth between the two. So on Monday, December 18th, the I'll Be Hood MC took to Instagram, and I have that clipping. So let's see what he had to say. And see, this is how beef started. This is how like lives get lost over frivolous bullshit. So shout out to Hip Hop DX. Here we go.
Straight up. Hey, any of you niggas that will Wack 100 or sit down with cuz and laugh in his face and be cool, and all you niggas talking about y'all got love for hustle, cuz don't fuck with me. I already start unfollowing niggas, bro. It's no way in hell cuz you niggas got love for hustle and say y'all niggas with Nip and all that, but then y'all go sit down with Wack 100 and laugh in his face and don't check cuz about saying about Nip. You niggas got me up, bro. I'm done with y'all niggas, bro. Straight up. Don't talk to me. Hey, top of
So Wack 100 said, Jane Stone, please stop acting like you all of a sudden mad at me behind Nip. The discussion been the discussion for years now, and you had nothing to say. Now, the real truth that you're mad is I sent your baby mama some free something diapers because you are neglecting to support the child. We ain't going to talk about Anaheim in that Arm 211 case that mysteriously went away with no dismissal paperwork. We will keep it right here. Hashtag Ashley, if you need more diapers, let me know. And I also have incredible Christmas gift card for the baby if it's needed. God bless. Okay, what is it? So then he posted a text message to his baby mama. He said, for sure. She said, love the diapers for real. I be using all the brands, but these ones are different. Send me a reaction video, please. LOL, what you say on Clubhouse? I just got cursed out. This nigga find any excuse to say he don't want to do nothing for me. Nothing. Just we sent a woman diapers to help her because the father is neglecting to support. He's one of Nipsey's main rappers. The floor knew your page and said you've been speaking on it. She said, oh, okay, yeah, he already knew that, though. I don't know why he mad, but he is a deadbeat, and people should know that because they only support him because of Nipsey, and they nothing alike. Stop the madness. Stop the madness. That's what I say. Wack 100 is whack. Wack 100 is whack. So then, you know what the crazy thing is? As I'm doing all this research, then the Sloan Bella video comes up about Nipsey Hussle. And I was like, oh my God, I'm going to share this with my naughty crew. So she channels him. Hold on. Let me just fast forward it. Right here. Because I was just interested to see what her thoughts were about his death. And she dropped some jewels, guys. Here we go.
I am not talking disrespect to his family. I'm talking behind the scenes karmic stuff. The shit that goes on that happens for all of us in different directions that we are unaware of on this side. So of course we love our parents, we love our families. Sometimes there's a different agenda going on a soul level, on a soul contract level. And that's what he's showing me. He's showing me that the family that he came into, he's kind of stepping backwards, saying this isn't my family. Obviously it was his family. He was birthed through them. I get that. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the soul energy. I'm talking about what goes on underneath the essence of who we are at this time. And he's showing me that he had things to do, but it was an uphill struggle and he felt consumed by the energy around him. For as strong as he was still being sucked down. Now, there were people that had other goals and agendas for him, and he was definitely murdered. We know this because the guy shot him, whoever that guy is. But when I look at that guy, there's a whole bunch of people behind him. So this was an ordered hit. This wasn't like, you know, some jealous lunatic in the middle of a fight between his former best friend or somebody that flipped him off, cut him off on the freeway. It isn't that bullshit. I'll tell you what it is. Actually, it's a very concerted effort by a group of bullies to get Nipsey Hussle back in line the way that he wanted to be. And when he wasn't going to fall in line, okay, seriously, this is like the mob to me. I'm not even talking Illuminati nonsense. I'm not talking that. I'm talking almost mobster hit style. And I see the big heavyset rapper over here who I feel was really prominent, still behind the scenes prominent. I don't like him. I'm not saying his name. I really don't like him. I don't like anything about his energy. He reminds me of just, I don't know. It's consumptive. It's greedy. He's smoking a cigar and it's like the deal was done with him. He tips his hat. The deal was done with him. Okay. So this deal was done behind the scenes. I'm going to call them with rap mobsters. I don't even know what else to call them. It's like the mob. It's like the Italian mob, but this is the rap mob. And this guy's a black dude. And I feel like Nipsey was not following in line. He had a lot of information to give us. And it's interesting because before he died, about 3 months before Nipsey Hussle died, he got a lot of psychic information in a download. So what he's showing me is secretly, okay, not so secretly, but secretly, he had been using what he'd learned about the other dimensions and the other side. This man was spiritual. He'd been studying sort of different spiritual philosophies to him.
And for those of you who don't know, Nipsey was very deep, and I believe Lauren London has taken on these same philosophies. If you look at Lauren London's interview with Angie Martinez, she's talking about how she's gotten so spiritually innate, like she's just really in another realm, and I think that's what she used to cope with the grief of losing Nipsey. But listen to the key things of what she's saying, how it was an order hit and how it was a bunch of It was like a big gangster in the background, basically trying to force their will on Nipsey because they didn't like that he was independent. You know, the industry does not like free thinkers. They don't like independent thinking. They only like controlling. And Nipsey was the complete opposite. He was about pouring back into his community, opening businesses, teaching the kids another way, you know? So keep that in mind.
Himself. I keep this to myself. I meditate, I practice, I do things I keep to myself. He was being mentored in that way, but he was split. We've got the rap music gangster lifestyle, and I don't mean rap gangster, I mean mob gangster, controlling Nipsey Hussle's contracts and work and money and finance. And that's actually why he was murdered. We're never going to know it because it never happens. It'll be known in like 100 years or your grandkids or something like that. But he was trying to speak in a different way to elevate the energy. He was showing me downloads that he was getting that were coming to him. So he was actually learning energetically what he needed to do to pull his people up into energetic equality because they are equal anyway. And I'm not talking skin color. He is not talking skin color. He's talking the essence of his people has been squashed energetically on the planet and that the energy was pulling them down. Okay. That's what he's showing me. They were being pulled down, pulled backwards, not allowed to excel, not by anybody, but on a spiritual level, on a spiritual realm. He was showing me that he was putting up his soldiers for battle. He's showing me about 16 people here. These were freedom fighters that he was starting. He kind of weirdly sounds a little bit revolutionary in his thinking. Like I see the cap on his head. I see the soldiers behind him. And by that, I mean people who agree with his plight and speak on his behalf and agree and unite as a group in solidarity. That's what I mean. I don't mean the other way that you're thinking. I mean, anyway, these people who speak and think like him, and he is somewhat of a leader because of the information he was being given, and they took him out. He is part of the spiritual war right now, and I'm not saying he's a good or bad person. I kind of feel neutral about him, but he was trying to elevate. He was not going to be allowed to do that. Now, what they're doing with his image, what he's showing me and what they're doing, and he is starting to come through right now. I'm going to describe to you what I feel, and I'm talking really quickly because that's how it's coming to me, and I'm trying to pick the words out of my head. But when the energy of somebody who's passed on comes through to me on a soul level, meaning their auric field from the other side comes through, not their body. Remember, I have to raise my energy. They have to lower their vibration for us to meet because we're not in the same dimension. Literally, okay? They're without body, I'm with body. So when they come through to me, I feel like pins and needles through my whole body. So when they climb into my energy field to let me know that they're here, it's almost like my hands are frozen and they're starting to thaw out. If you've ever, well, I'm Canadian, so I'm always going to say this. If you've ever gotten sopping wet in a snowstorm, put your mitts on, gotten home, and your hands start thawing out, and it's that pins and needle feeling, that's what happens. And they start to climb up on my energy, and then I start to pick up on them. So he is actually right here, right now. The room gets a little bit cold around me, and I'm able to understand that there is somebody here on the spirit realm. Now, what's interesting is the energy that I pick up for him is that he was trying to take his people and elevate their energy. Okay. So that the next group of kids was not going to succumb to being seen by the rest of society as lower than them. Now, we know that individuals fight for this. We know that it happens, but there is a concerted effort is what he's telling me by whoever rules this planet or however that works. I'm not even going to get into that, to actually keep people of color, brown-skinned people and black-skinned people down. Diversion, distract. We are not really like this, but this is what's going on. He figured this out, what they were doing with him contractually. They did not want him to speak this way. They wanted it to give him the image of helping his people while keeping the image rough, while keeping the image in the negative, while keeping the image in the dark. In other words, Nipsey.
What does that sound like to you?
Hustle is for the people, his people in South Central, raise up the kids. We applaud that. We award him things. We give him money. We give his family money. We give him a street name. But we're not going to say that he changed the way he thinks about certain things and has a different way to raise his people up because we want to keep his people under control. Literally what he's saying. The man is like like a freedom fighter is how I want to word it. His soul, his spirit is a freedom fighter. He's more educated and he's more of a song and dance man than you think. In other words, he likes old school movies, and that's what he's showing me. Something he probably had to watch in secret because, again, in the neighborhood he grew up in, he probably get his ass kicked, right? So what I'm seeing with him is this is why he was murdered, because he was going to break free from the idea of being a rapper and take his intellect over here and up here. That was not going to work. So that's what I'm picking up happened to Nipsey Hussle. And he is showing me this is when bad friendships, bad family, and bad connections happen. And he's like, it's almost like, damn, I was tricked. You know, I can't believe it happened. I am okay, but I'm not done yet. So he hasn't actually completely rectified what happened to him on the other side. And he's still trying to ascertain that. He's still trying to figure out exactly what thing. Now, what I am being shown and what I can pretty much guarantee you, and it's pretty funny, and I'm going to say this straight out, he jumps into a suit, okay? Something he didn't want you to know either is that he had a certain style for dressing that was a little bit more old-fashioned than he let on. I know, sounds crazy, right? I don't know what that means. I don't know if that means in the rap style or literally timing, like he liked 1940 suits and not 19 or 2020. I'm like 2000, whatever we're in, 2019. Oh, I almost said 1920. I'm going backwards and forwards with him. It's like I'm zooming back and forth like this. But he had this style, okay? And he had this way, and he snaps into that. So I get a vivid image of him in my head where he's dressed differently than I would expect him to be dressed. And he's laughing because he's saying the last laugh is his. In other words, they think they got rid of his energy. They think they got rid of him. He's working on the astral level right now. He does not have to. I'm not saying that. For some reason, he's choosing to do this. He is working on the astral level, and he is working to communicate with his community in South Central and the kids that grow up feeling the way that they feel, which makes them feel less than. And I guess that could be any kid, white, black, Hispanic, whatever. He's working with them energetically. So he is still using his pull on an energetic level, on the astral level. Like I told you guys, it's decided on the astral level. So by the point that he got murdered, he was already murdered the year before. It's hard to explain. Astrally, this was already going to happen. That's how come people know something's going to happen, because it's already going to happen, and it's already happening in a different dimension. You can't really kill somebody, but you can take them out of their earth body. I don't want to get into that argument with the people who love to argue with me about that. You cannot kill a soul. Please keep that in mind. The soul continues on without the physical body. You can stop the physicality of the person, but Nipsey Hussle is still working from the other side, and he's showing me, and the way that he puts on his suit is letting me know that he's in tip-top form. Like, I'm ready for it. Bring it, is what it really feels like to me. So this musician, this man, this father, he does kind of cry for his children because it's not right what's happening right now. So there's some sort of,
for those of you who don't know, there's an ongoing battle over his estate with his other children, not his child with Lauren London. So it seems that Lauren London has acquired everything, like the businesses and things like that. That's what I think she means by like his work is still going on through his businesses and he's still working. But yeah, the family's battling over whether the mom should get money for the daughter and things like that.
Sort of discrepancy going on with his kids. I feel there's two kids, and I feel like there was a possibility of a third kid. I'm not sure. I'm not sure, and I don't know if there was a third kid, but I'm feeling a third kid. I'm also seeing a baby boy that he holds in his arms at the moment, so I don't know if a baby was miscarriage before one of his kids came, but he is showing me this baby boy, and he's smiling like this is like the best thing ever. I'm also feeling, and it's a warning is what I'm feeling from him. He's kind of showing me what's going on. He was being spied on. So somebody was a turncoat in his organization, literally a turncoat. I don't know what else. You know, a black sheep, a follower, a person who was like ratting him out or saying what he was doing. He was elevating his energy. He was using meditation. He was using out-of-body experience. And this man was good at remote viewing. He's showing me that he was able to see what was going on. He was in contact with people on the other side, so he was a medium. And by the way, he is still responding that way on the other side. So when we're talking about Nipsey Hussle, I'm talking about a person that's still working on the other side energetically with the people on this side, our side, this dimension. And that's what I have for you on Mr.
I thought it was interesting. All right, you guys check out Spoon Bella. I watched one last night when she channeled Aaliyah. She also channeled Whitney Houston. She channeled Biggie. I just feel like she's very insightful, and I believe she's very good at what she does. Oh, I'm not sure. You guys have to go check out her videos. But I just, being that we were on the topic of Nipsey Hussle and the fact that this came up on my timeline, I was like, oh my God, I gotta share it with my Naughty crew. But she's really, really dope and insightful. I like the way she does her readings and things like that. And she answers a lot of questions to me. But it just broke my heart when he lost his life so soon. He only had one album. He was just getting started. But he has several businesses. So prayers out to his family. He was lost way too soon, way too fast. But one of the things that stood out to me is the fact that she said this was an ordered hit. And for Wack 100 to be hating all the time on him, like this is going back from back in the day, Naughty crew.
That's suspicious. That's weird.
Why you hating on that man so much? Okay, you talking about he not a legend. Blueface not either. Blueface a one hit one. If it wasn't for Cardi, we wouldn't even know who he was. Anyway, Naughty crew, that's all I have for you. I hope you all have a beautiful, blessed day. It's time for me to log in to the plantation. Please make sure you're hitting that like button. And to all my haters,
And I wanna say thank you in case I don't thank you enough.
I thank y'all too. Y'all keep the wheels turning over here. All right. Until next time, Naughty crew, I'm out. One.